Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Maharastra state level eligibility test. And I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to Set 1. Coming to the first question. A river will develop braided channel pattern due to significant. The choices are A. Increase in the amount of coarse sediment load. B. Decrease in the amount of coarse sediment load. C. Increase in channel sinuosity. And D. Decrease in wash load. So the correct option is A. Increase in the amount of the coarse sediment load. A river will develop a braided channel pattern due to number of factors, and this is also an important factor, like increase in the amount of the coarse sediment load, and it's also known as a large bed load. And a river with a large bed load of sediments is more likely to develop a braided channel pattern. So hence A, like increase in the amount of the coarse sediment load, is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following is not one of the chemical weathering processes? A. Hydrolysis. B. Oxidation. C. Ice crystal growth. And D. Carbonic acid reaction. So the correct option is C. Ice crystal growth is not one of the chemical weathering processes. Next question. Soil profiles preserved over long periods of time but which are not being actively developed today are known as. The choices are A. Paleosols, B. Lignite beds, C. Solemn, D. Histosols. The correct option is A. Paleosols. Paleosols are the ancient soils that are preserved over a long period of time and are not currently being actively developed. So that's why A is the correct option. Next question. What is the level in the ocean where the rate of dissolution of carbonate balances the rate of accumulation? The choices are A. Transition layer, B. Calcite compensation depth, C. Carbonate critical depth, and D. Lysocline. So the correct option is B. Calcite compensation depth. So this is also known as a CCD. So calcite compensation depth is the depth in the ocean where the rate of the calcium carbonate formation and sinking, it matches the rate of dissolution. So B. Calcite compensation depth is the correct option. Next question. The group of coal macerals derived from plant secretions is known as A. Inertinite, B. Leptinite, C. Vitrinite, and D. Secrinite. So the correct option is A. Inertinite. So inertinite is a group of organic materials or fossilized charcoals that are usually inert when heated without oxygen, and it's a common maceral in most types of coal. Next question. Diamonds are explored in A. Kimberlites and lamproids, B. Comatites, C. Spilites, D. Anarthosites. Diamonds are explored in kimberlites and lamproids. Kimberlites are the explosive volcanic rocks. These are the main hosts of diamonds, which account for around 70% of the world's diamond production by value. And kimberlites are rich in olivine and volatile components, and typically they form carrot-shaped pipes in the Earth's mantle. Whereas the lamproids, these are a lesser host of the diamonds, but they account for around 5% of the world's diamond production. So diamonds are explored in kimberlites and lamproids. A is the correct option. Next question. Banded iron formations in the Archean greenstone belts are best witnessed for A. Archean sedimentary basin development, B. Shift from anoxic to oxygenated environments, C. Archean cratons, and D. Archean weathering process. So the correct option is B. Shift from anoxic to oxygenated environments. Banded iron formations in the Archean greenstone belts are important for understanding the early Earth processes, which include the Great Oxygenation Event and the evolution of life. The Great Oxygenation Event, it is the thing with the peak of banded iron formation deposition in the late Archean, and which it coincides with the disappearance of a signal that indicates an oxygen poor atmosphere. So banded iron formations in the Archean greenstone belts are best witness for the shift from anoxic to oxygenated environment. B is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following is an ore of platinum group of elements, PGE? A. Spirillite, B. Digenite, C. Diapside, and D. Bornite. Spirillite, it is an ore of platinum group of elements. So sperinite is an platinum ore and it's an end member of the platinum group of minerals, that is PGMs or PGEs. and its composition, it's a platinum arsenide mineral with the chemical formula PtAs2, that is platinum arside, PtAs2. Next question. Polymetallic nodules on the ocean floor contain significant amounts of A. uranium, thorium, niobium, B. lead, zinc and titanium, C. copper, nickel, cobalt, and D. mercury, molybdenum and platinum. Polymetallic nodules on the ocean floor, they contain significant amounts of copper, nickel and cobalt. So polymetallic nodules are also known as manganese nodules. They contain significant amounts of several critical metals, which includes cobalt, nickel, copper, manganese, rare earth elements, lithium and molybdenum. Next question. The Palghat Kaveri shear zone comprises A. charnockite interbanded with condalites, B. TTG with dolerites, C. greenstone belts, and D. condalites interbanded with anorthosites. The Palghat Kaveri shear zone comprises charnockites interbanded with condalites. Next question. The development of Gondwana land assembly coinciding with what type of orogeny, and which it took place during and through the fusion of A. Pan-African 500 to 600 million years and east and west, B. Hercynian 450 million years and east and west, C. Variscan 1000 to 12,000 million years old and north and south, and D. Columbian 300 to 500 million years old and east and west. So the correct option is A, that is Pan-African 500 to 600 million years and east and west. So the development of the Gondwana land assembly, it coincided with the Pan-African orogeny, which took place during the Neoproterozoic and Paleozoic eras. The Pan-African orogeny, it was a series of events that occurred between about 870 and 550 million years ago, and these events caused the continental fragments of the Rodinia supercontinent to fuse together to form the Gondwana. So A is the correct option. Next question. The Neo-Tethys Ocean opened during the early Permian as a result of rifting of what with the Indian continent? A. Variscan terrains, B. Hindu Kush terrains, C. Cimmerian terrains, and D. Russian continent. So the correct answer is C. Cimmerian terrains. The Cimmerian terrains, these are rifted off Gondwana's northeastern shores around 250 million years ago. And as the Cimmerian terrain moved from Gondwana to Eurasia, the Paleotethys closed and the Neo-Tethys has opened. And the opening of the Neo-Tethys, it has separated the Iranian terrain from the Arabian margin of Gondwana. So C. Cimmerian terrains is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following lunar materials show positive europium anomaly? Choices are A. KREEP, B. anorthosite, C. Apollo 11 high potassium basalt, and D. Apollo 11 quartz tholite. The lunar material which show positive europium anomaly is anorthosite. Anorthosite materials, they often show positive europium anomalies. Anorthosite plagioclase, it is a mineral that can cause positive europium anomalies. And lunar anorthosite, the plagioclase rich anorthosite that makes up about the moon's light colored highlands, they show a large positive europium anomaly. Next question. Which one of the following rocks generates the maximum amount of heat by radioactive decay? A. chondritic meteorite, B. peridotite, C. granite, D. dolerite. So the correct option is C. granite. Granitic rocks, they generate a lot of heat through radioactive decay because they contain high concentrations of radioactive elements like uranium, thorium and potassium, and the radioactive heat production, that is RHP of the granite, it can be calculated by using the concentrations of these elements in the rock and the heat generation constant. And the RHP of granite, it can ranges from 1.9 to 5.9 microwatts per cubic meter. So C. granite, that means granite rocks, they generate the maximum amount of heat by the radioactive decay. Next question. Ebb current. What is ebb current? A. It is a seaward flow of tidal current. B. It's a landward flow of the tidal current. And C. It is not a type of tidal current. And D. It is a type of current in the inland lakes. Ebb current is, the correct option is A. It is a seaward flow of the tidal current. An ebb current is the outgoing tide, so which occurs when water moves away from the shore as the tide recedes. And the opposite of the ebb current is a flood current, which occurs when water moves towards the shore as the tide rises. So A is the correct option. Next question. Match the following. So here There are 1 and 2 are given. In one, A, B, C, D are given. They are represented as the flat accumulation of sand and a beach above the high tide line, and B, a wave that is unstable and collapses at the shoreline. C, a steep wave that moves upriver during the flooding tide, and D, net drift of sand along a zigzag path on the beach. And 2, like beach drift, terminology like beach drift, breaker, berm, and bore are given. The choices given are the codes like A, B, C, D are given, and these are represented by A, A3, B2, C4, and D1. B is represented as A3, B4, C2, and D1. C, A1, B2, C4, and D3. And D is represented as A3, B2, C1, and D4. So the correct option is, it goes as A. The flat accumulation of sand on a beach above the high tide line is called as a berm. A wave that is unstable and collapses at the shoreline is called as a breaker, and a steep wave that moves upriver during the flooding tide is called as a tidal bore, and the zigzag movement of the sand along a beach is called as a longshore drift or a beach drift. So that's why A is the correct option. Next question. The piezoelectric effect is observed in quartz because A, all bonds are of equal strength in quartz. B, quartz belongs to hexagonal system. C, quartz lacks center of inversion. D, quartz crystallizes at the lowest temperature in the Bowen's reaction series. So piezoelectric effect is observed in quartz because quartz belongs to hexagonal system, and the piezoelectric effect is observed in quartz because of its crystalline structure and the arrangement of its atoms. The regularity of the quartz structure, it causes the effects of the piezoelectric effect to accumulate and resulting in a measurable electric potential difference. So B, quartz belongs to hexagonal system, is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following minerals exhibits negative magnetic susceptibility? Choices are A, pyroxene, B, quartz, C, olivine, D, biotite. So the quartz exhibits negative magnetic susceptibility. Quartz has a negative magnetic susceptibility and is diamagnetic. Magnetic susceptibility, it is a measure of how much a material becomes magnetized when exposed to a magnetic field. And diamagnetic materials have a negative magnetic susceptibility and they align against the magnetic field. So that's why quartz exhibits negative magnetic susceptibility. B is the correct option. Next question. Dravite is a, choices are A, calcium pyroxene, B, magnesium tourmaline, C, iron tourmaline, and D, magnesium agate. So the correct option is dravite is a magnesium tourmaline. B is the correct option. Next question. Analysis of coal in which the assay of moisture, ash, volatile matter, and fixed carbon is determined by standard test method is known as. The choices are A, thermal shock, B, proximate, C, ultimate, and D, assay. So the analysis of coal in which the assay of moisture, ash, volatile matter, and fixed carbon is determined by a test that is known as a proximate analysis. So B is the correct option. Hope you have followed the content and the questions. See you in the second part. Hope you can explore geosciences. Thank you.